I'm going to teach you about a disease that your doctor will never tell you about. In fact, they don't even test for it. And they can, but they don't. Because there's a drug for every single one of these symptoms right here that are related to the disease, but none of it addresses the root cause. So let's go through the symptoms, what it is, and how you can control it. So here's the symptoms. Do you frequently feel hungry? You have cravings for sugar. You get tired, especially after meals. You struggle losing weight, especially the belly fat. You may be noticing skin tags or dark pigmentation around your eyes and your neck. You can't focus, you don't feel motivated, you may even feel chronic fatigue. Your blood pressure is high, and you may even have high triglycerides. For men, you're noticing erectile dysfunction, and for women, your cycles aren't regular anymore. And you get migraines, headaches, and brain fog. These are all signs of hyperinsulinemia, where the amount of insulin in your blood is higher than what's considered normal. But it's not diabetes, because insulin's a hormone. And it's your master hormone. So once that goes higher, it starts to screw up your other hormones. And for all these symptoms, there's pretty much a drug out there. But none of them are addressing the root cause. And all of this is happening because of this. That's the amount of sugar that's in a healthy person's blood. And your body's trying to do whatever it can to not increase this. Well, immediately we start thinking, well, I don't eat that much sweets and I don't drink that many sugary drinks. But that's not where it's coming from. Look at how we process the grain. We take a whole grain and we process it to pure white flour, removing all the antioxidants and fibers, more fibers and antioxidants, more nutrients, and we're left with pure starch. And starch are just chains of glucose put together. Now you take that rice, you process out the plant nutrients and the fiber, and now you're left with that delicious processed rice, which has the same effect on your blood as this many cubes of sugar. And this is why, if you're Indian like me, you may be eating rice, roti, and you're wondering, why is this making me sick when my ancestors have been eating this for thousands of years? Because they ate the sugar combined with the fiber. This creates bulk, it fills you up, it also controls the sugar from entering your bloodstream as quick. So your body has an easier time maintaining this. But if you remove all that fiber and you add all of this in your bloodstream, and you remove all the nutrients and vitamins and minerals, now you get hyperinsulinemia. The insulin stops working properly in your body. Your body's not using the energy properly, so you keep storing energy because your body's trying to do whatever it can to get rid of this. And when the insulin's high, your body's stuck in storage mode. So now your brain's not getting nutrients, you feel tired all the time, you feel hungry because your body still needs energy, but it can't use this. Your organs are supposed to look like this. Now they look like that, where the fat's storing around it. Your muscles start storing fat. And the whole reason was this high insulin. If you want to learn how to control it, comment below for part 2. Alright, so here's part 2 on how to control hyperinsulinemia. So your glucose levels could be normal, but your insulin levels are slowly going up. And think about why that's happening. Most of our diet is starch and sugar. We barely exercise. So if this is your normal blood sugar, and you keep adding all this in the form of bread, pasta, rice, cereal, even whole wheat bread still converts to sugar in your bloodstream, including high sugary fruits like pineapples or fruit smoothies. These will increase the glucose, causing you to increase your insulin. And because insulin's job is to control the glucose, the insulin stays higher much longer. And then you're told, make sure you eat every 2 hours. And your insulin never gets a chance to come down, keeping you in this vicious cycle of all these symptoms. So if you control this, you'll naturally control this. So when you start fasting, your insulin levels start to come down. And now you start to burn fat for fuel. And then when you eat your meal, you can do lower carb to have lower insulin levels. Now I'm Indian, I can't cut out carbs. My whole family and I do a different approach. It's helped me go from this insulin resistant with man boobs, skin pigmentation, and belly fat to no more of that. It's helped my uncle control his diabetes, which is just full-blown insulin resistance. He was so bad in 2014, his legs were starting to turn blue, and if that wound got infected, they would have had to amputate it. To where you can see now, his legs are completely normal and his diabetes under control. It's taken my grandmother in 2014, diabetic, heart issues, thyroid issues, to where now it's all gone, as you can see on her face. And if you go to my profile, it's helped thousands of people, like Faven, who was pre-diabetic. She's now down 40 pounds. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I fast because my insulin levels are low from not eating all night. And by adding Unimate, I'm not spiking my insulin. I'm not adding any calories. Now my body's using its fat for energy. And then whenever I eat my meal, I have balance 5 to 10 minutes before. The only rule with my meal is no fruit juice, no soda. I don't drink my carbs, I eat my carbs, and the balance bridges the gap. Remember all those vitamins, minerals, antioxidants that's removed? It's added back in with the balance. Look, beta-glucan, vitamin E, B vitamins, vitamin A, plant sterols. With this, I add all those nutrients back in without adding in any excess calories. And look at this, Dr. Jeannie Brand Miller, with over 250 scientific publications from University of Sydney, the founders of the glycemic index. She collaborated with Unicity, and they found that the balance reduced the insulin index of mashed potatoes, white rice, white bread. And here's another published study in Elsevier Science stating such a product, if taken regularly, could reduce cardiovascular risk on a population basis. So I use the field grade approach, which you can research more right here, or you could do a more low carb approach. The choice is yours. Whatever you do, control the insulin.